Hello, Board of Grace Abundance Africa. Welcome, everybody. We have with us a guest tonight, Rene Laraldi, and he is the developer of the Funds donation program. He is a good friend of mine. My wife, Esther, and I have known him since, I think June, hasn't it been, Rene? Around June, I met you?
Yes.
June or May,
Yes.
maybe? So it's been a few months now. And he has a very good program that some people on this board are involved with. And also our other guest, Anna, is involved with. And we're going to let him present it, and then we can talk about it. And the goal is to decide whether or not we want this program as part of our website to let people that might want to donate have an option to do it through funds. So without further ado, I'm turning it over to Rene. Thank you, Rene.
You're welcome. Thank you, Pastor John and Miss Esther. I appreciate you inviting me on this call this afternoon. I'm here in Florida in the United States, and today it's a little bit raining outside, but every day is a blessed day. So thank you for inviting me on this call this afternoon. So the information that I'm going to share with you all this afternoon is very simple, straightforward, and we're excited to work with Pastor John and Esther on this project because we feel that it is something that can be very rewarding for the children there and our community worldwide. And you see that the funds logo is pretty straightforward, funds for your cause. And so I'm going to go ahead and, can you see my screen okay there, Pastor John?
Yes, I can see it fine.
All right, fantastic. And so what myself and my partners have done is basically we've created the world's first decentralized fundraising platform, combining, if you would think of this as just a simple concept whereby we have a website, a place where this platform, it's very simple, takes traditional fiat money and converts it into cryptocurrency. And through that process, holding a person's hand while they learn about cryptocurrency, as you all know, that you find that in the all over the internet and newspapers, cryptocurrency is booming worldwide. And what we're doing is we're teaching people the power of cryptocurrency and how we can put that power that has been abused by government financial services for years and years. I was watching a documentary last night about, unfortunately, the corruption and the things that happen in different countries. And it's not just in certain specific countries, it's all over the world. It's right here in the United States. It's an unfortunate situation whereby we're experiencing a lot of the struggles that most of the world is experiencing right now, whether it's a pandemic, whether it's natural causes, the devastation, hurricanes, earthquakes, et cetera, et cetera. It's just a tough time for most people. And so what we found over the last few years is that cryptocurrency, and some people have, whether they're for it or against it, that's the fact is that that technology is here to stay. The technology behind the cryptocurrencies, which is called the blockchain technology, is a game changer for industries worldwide. And I'm going to get to why that is so impactful and so important for your cause, Pastor John. But I want to first make sure that everyone understands that what we're doing here is helping people understand that there are options out there as far as donations and fundraising. And this is just one of those other options. The funds platform, we continue to improve upon it. We continue to make it even simpler. And so as you can read here, it's an innovative, decentralized platform that provides a great opportunity for members around the world to participate in the emerging cryptocurrency industry. Now you can learn how you can leverage cryptocurrency into residual passive income. And we're going to talk a little bit about staking and how you can create a passive income 7 days per week with zero effort on your part. The platform will empower individuals, charities, and organizations to raise recurring, sustainable passive income for their cause. our mission is to bring health, wealth, and prosperity to our community members in over 200 countries worldwide. And so that's the other powerful part of cryptocurrency, is that it's borderless. You can almost conduct business with crypto in over 200 countries worldwide. And why is that important? Because now, instead of just having a small resource to pull those funds from or together, now you have the whole planet is your playground, if that makes sense, which it does to us. And that's when we started creating a platform that was very important to us, that we create something that was borderless, that was seamless and simple to navigate. And so I'm just going to take about 5 minutes to go through this presentation, and then we'll open it up for questions, Pastor John. So these are some of the efforts. As you know, charitable donations are one way that individuals, businesses, and organizations give back. Fundraising brings like-minded individuals, passionate people together to support and raise awareness of a common cause. Together, we can help millions of people across the globe improve their finances and their quality of life. And so as we grow this platform, these are just some of the different ways that people can help and create resources for their cause. And so my cause may be different than what Anna or certainly Pastor John's cause. And then there are some causes where we donate together for those efforts. And so some of those efforts are clean water. I mean, I forget what the statistic is, but it's unfortunate that the majority of the people living on this planet, the majority do not have access to clean water. And that's certainly a huge effort that we're going to be helping and participating in. Disaster relief, education, humanitarian aid, health aid. And so each person, as they become part of the FUNDSZ community, can help each other's efforts. And I'll get into that here shortly, whether it's through one common effort or each individual maybe has their own cause that they want to raise funds for, they can do so. I don't know if some of you are familiar with GoFundMe here in the United States, but that is a fundraising platform whereby it's a social platform whereby people can donate online. And what makes ours very unique is that because we're using cryptocurrency, we can pull from those 200 countries that I mentioned earlier, whereas a company like GoFundMe is only available, I think, in 7 or 8 countries. Okay, so it really allows us to diversify as far as how we want to market, the different languages. One thing that I need to remind myself to put in this presentation is that our website currently will translate into over 90 different languages. And so when someone that maybe saw your post on social media visits your website, if they visit your website and their web browser is set to Spanish, it will automatically translate our website into Spanish.
Does it translate into Swahili, do you know?
I believe so. I don't want to say for sure because I don't know that 100%, but I'm 90%, 95% sure it does.
Okay, great. That's the other main language in Kenya, Swahili and English.
Fantastic. And so we use what's called the Google Translator, and we incorporated that into our website. And so not only can people that are visiting the website will it translate to, but also the back end where they can see, you know, what they've raised and all of the different training material and testimonials, etc., people that have actually used the FUNDSZ platform. I will tell you, we already had one person that raised, it's been at least over $1,000. I think it's a couple $1,000 using the FUNDSZ platform, specifically targeting hungry children in Haiti. So that's a true story. Okay.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It's not a story, that's a fact. Yes. He's a wonderful man out of Chicago. He's Haitian, and he wanted to help his community. And he came on board and we've been working together, and it's been worked out very, very well. So understand that that we have many, many people across the globe that are looking at this new platform and creating very creative ways of how they want to get the word out about their funds membership and their community, the funds community, which is very fun and exciting. The Wealth Academy, and certainly part of success and part of any type of fundraising needs to involve financial literacy. I think we would all agree with that, because it doesn't matter how many funds you raise, if you are not using those funds for good causes, or if you mismanage those funds, you can set yourself up for struggles down the road, and or squandering literally tens of thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, and potentially over the years, maybe even millions of dollars. And we've heard those stories. And so we know that we want to make sure that people, including ourselves, we're always learning, myself included, about financial literacy. And so we are developing a video library with resources, as it states here, to thrive in the new emerging digital economy, and how you can learn how to save, protect, and grow your wealth and your assets. Okay, so we have a video library that's conducted by different professionals. How to be your own bank, how to be your own custodian of your monies, because that's part of what the cryptocurrency space does, is it teaches you how to manage your own funds. And I know oftentimes most people are used to the traditional banking system, and that's okay. That still works fine for most folks. But then if you just want to start learning on how to diversify and get in, like I said, tapping into this new space, and it's just amazing what it can do and how it can transform people's efforts, and how you can learn to grow your assets and wealth preservation, how to create multiple streams of income, etc. The most important thing here for me and for the purpose of this call is the passive residual income aspects of the funds program. And so I'm going to go ahead and get into that here in just a moment. And there's a statement by Albert Einstein. It's pretty profound, and that's why I put it in the slide. And it states that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And I've known about this statement for many, many years, and it's something that I've tried to make sure that I incorporate and that I teach my boys, my sons. I have 3 sons and a beautiful wife, and we've learned the power of compound interest. And so the banking industry has used compound interest since the beginning of financial services, years, hundreds and possibly even thousands of years ago, right? And the idea and the concept is you pool the monies together, and you store it, and you put it into, pool those monies together and put it into an account. And then the custodians of those funds invest that money in many different ways. And for instance, here with the funds platform, not only do we do day trading, but we also have very smart, intelligent people that have created our own bots, our own trading bots. And let me tell you, it's amazing what technology has done, because the financial services industry has taken that, and let's say they give us here in the United States, and I'm just going to use a traditional bank account because that's what most people do. Here in the United States, if you go and open up a checking or a savings account, rather, you are lucky if you get 0.5% or 1% on your money annually. Okay. And so they're making 99% of the money, and they're giving you back 1%. It's absurd, but that's the way that they have programmed most people. And if you don't know any other way to do or to manage your money, well, then that's the path they're going to push you down. And it's unfortunate. We have billionaires that pay less in taxes than the average working person citizen here in the United States. I just watched the documentary last night. They were talking about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, and nothing against those gentlemen. Capitalism is alive and well, and I'm all for it. But I also believe that they should pay their fair share, and that's a topic for a different discussion. The point is that the banking industry, the traditional financial services industry, has um, has done what we are doing, except what funds is doing is sharing that with the majority of its members, with all of its members. So the concept is we're able to pull those funds together, invest those funds in different ways, whether it's trading, manual trading, where someone is physically looking at those charts and basing those decisions based on what our indicators are. And these are strategies that we've developed ourselves. So this is proprietary, especially on the bot side. Yes, we've learned some different strategies from different professionals, and we have a team that's dedicated to that cause, and I overlook it, but certainly they are the experts when it comes to that. The idea is that we're doing manual trading. We have our artificial intelligence with our bots, and basically what those bots do, and I'll just explain it here right now. It's very simple. We set the algorithm for those bots, and rather than one person, see, the human eyes can only handle so much, right? So even if you had, let's just say, you were able to do 5 screens or 10 screens at a time, and you're sitting here watching different charts, and you have different indicators, and you're doing, you're trying to manage those 5. Well, think about what a robot can do. Okay, a bot, an artificial intelligence technology, whereby you set the standards, or you set the algorithms for those bots, and all of a sudden it can open up, one bot can open up multiple trades. Now imagine if you had multiple bots opening multiple trades. Now it's very specific. Our strategy is not to be greedy. That's where people get into trouble. They try to overextend themselves when it comes to trading. It's actually much more, it's easier to trade if you're able to set those algorithms, because then your emotion is not in it. It's either it meets this criteria or it does not. So the bots, not only does it meet that criteria or it doesn't, but what happens is those bots are set up so that we only take, instead of, let's just use an example, 100, instead of gaining $100 on one trade, and they're called pips in the Forex and trading industry. So instead of getting 100 pips, we're happy with 5 or even 2 or 3 pips. See, we understand it's a form called scalping. All right, so I'm giving you a little bit of education here when it comes to crypto trading. The good news is that you don't need to know any of this, because we handle all of the heavy lifting when it comes to the trading and the mining, cryptocurrency mining and all of these different things, and the staking, whereby we do the work behind the scenes. You have staked a share in this program, in the platform, and thereby you are able to earn residual income on a weekly basis from the profits that we've gained from those different revenue sources, those streams of income. And so it's actually a pretty simple concept when you break it down. So what we refer to it as our staking rewards. The staking rewards are paid weekly, and so every week you're able to log in and see what you've staked. So for instance, if I'm just using this as an example, even as little as $100. So you can stake as little as $100, and the return on that staking is going to be 3% weekly, which averages out about 3%. For instance, last week it was 3.65%. Okay, we pay it out every Friday. Around noon is when we pay that out. And so as soon as that is paid out, the members, we have Telegram, we have a Facebook group, and we'll post that it's been paid, and the members can log into their back office and see that income generated from their share of that staking from the profits generated from that week. And so that averages out to about 12% per month. And that is very reasonable. we understand that we're going to have days where we win trades, all of our trades, and then there's going to be days where we don't win all of our trades. That's just reality. No one has a crystal ball. You can't predict it. But what we can do is on those really good days, we just set aside those funds for a rainy day, right? And so we make sure that we're never over leveraged on anything that we do, and that we're good custodians of those funds. And it's very simple. The concept here is that you can also share this with people, just like I stated earlier. And if other folks refer the platform, they can actually generate a referral bonus. Everyone's familiar with affiliates. Walmart has affiliates, Amazon has affiliates, Google has affiliates. All of the major companies have affiliates. And so we're no different. And so those companies reward their affiliates for sending over and referring clients to them, and we do the same thing. The difference is that, again, we're not greedy people, so we're able to share the majority of the revenue that's being generated through this platform with its members, because we own all of the technology. We don't have any third parties that we're obligated to, or that we're that they are controlling, have any kind of controlling interest in this. And so this is an exciting way for us to generate revenue. There is the affiliate marketing side of this goes into more detail and more numbers, and we can certainly talk about that if that's something that we want to down the road or in the future. We actually have training videos that go into detail. We're actually revising and updating those videos to talk a little bit more about the staking program. And we're very excited to be working with you. So what I'd like to do at this point is open it up for some questions, Pastor John. And if Anna would like to say a few words, that would be fine as well. So I'll go ahead and give you the floor there, Pastor John. Thank you very much. And again, thank you all for inviting me here this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Renee. And let me just unmute people here. Okay. Anna, you're unmuted. Barnabas. I wish there was a button to unmute everybody.
I think there is, actually. I'm not sure.
Oh, is there? Ask all to unmute. There it is. Yep. Thank you. I found it.
You're welcome. Awesome.
Well, welcome everybody. Please ask Renee whatever you want to say, whatever you want to know. But Anna, you first, because I know you're already in this program with me and Leah also. If she gets on here, she's in the program. So welcome, Anna.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to speak with you all this afternoon for us here in Florida. And Renee is my good friend. Renee and I have known each other for 30 years. Renee promised that nobody was going to say that.
Thank you, Anna.
Thing that I can tell anybody that doesn't know Renee, and is that Renee is one of the most honest person that I know. Of all the people that I know, I put Renee on the top, I don't know, few, to be honest. And it's the only program that I can tell people I trust the ownership of this enterprise fully. I trust Renee as I trust myself. And when I recommend this program, my heart knows 100% that it's going to do good by us. That is not going to cheat us, that is not going to close the platform and say goodbye, like so many of us have experienced in other programs. And the other thing is that Renee and his wife are golden. They have a heart of gold. And that is from the bottom of my heart that I am expressing my testimony about my friend Renee Loraldi. But that is not the reason why we are here. We are here trying to feed hungry people, um, home the homeless, and heal the sick as God commanded us to do.
Amen.
And he gives his power to do that when it is his call, his will. But in the meantime, he also says clearly in the Bible that we should open our hearts and our purse for the needy. And so there is no better way of doing that than through this program, because if we do that through this program, it's going to multiply. Look what they're doing. And by the way, most religious organizations invest their funds, their offerings and tithes in similar things, even not as good as this, to be honest with you. Because like Jesus says in the parable, if you are not going to multiply the talents that I have given you, and he was talking about money, he was not talking about capabilities, then at least put it in the bank that it makes some money. That's what he told the servant. And he called the servant unfaithful for not trying to multiply what he had received. And this is what this program does. And there is nothing else that I will feel so comfortable to work for organizations like the organization that we are talking about here, to feed the Grace Ministry, to feed the poor. And this is a thing. If you don't like it, if you think, oh, I shouldn't be benefiting, because you do benefit, this is what I tell the people that I have spoken to. If you choose to, it will be wonderful if you give whatever you receive as an offering for the ministry. You don't want to do it like you think this is a business or whatever, then donate what you receive. And that's another way to help the ministry. So, I think that this is just genius. I think God gave Renee this, and I 100% believe this. I think God gave Renee this plan because he has the knowledge, the technology, and the means to create a program like this. I couldn't do that, but he does it. So what can I do? I can participate and help different ministries with what I receive in here. And that's what I do. This is my goal, to help different causes with what I receive. And so I don't have any questions. Obviously, I understand it better than most of you, and I want to leave you the time to ask your questions. And thank you, Renee, for taking the time to come and share this.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you for those kind words. And one thing, certainly, my relationship with Anna, we've been, we've known each other for many years. I've known Anna since even my firstborn child, and so we have very special relationship, and it is based on trust, right? All of the most important relationships that you have, whether it's your family or extended family or even friendships or acquaintances, that's based on trust. And I don't take that lightly, take it very seriously. I'm a fun loving, type of person, but when it comes to business, I'm very serious, and Anna can tell you and attest to that, especially with something like this, where first of all, I would not even attempt to do the staking unless I knew that it was going to be sustainable. That's one of the most important, the key word in all of this is you have to have the fuel to add to this rocket ship, right? You have to have a source that is replenishable on a daily or weekly basis. And fortunately for us, you have the Forex, which is the traditional fiat monies, whether it's the yen or the peso or the dollar or British pound, what have you. You have that's foreign exchange, and then now you have the emerging cryptocurrency exchanges. And so that is going up and down all day, every day, people buying and selling. And all we're doing is the same concept as Wall Street here in the United States, whereby you're basing your buy or sell on indicators, and you can look at the trends. And this technology is mind-blowing because now you're incorporating a lot of the old world concepts with new innovative technology, and the technology is able to help you multiply your efforts exponentially. It's unlimited, literally. And as you stated there, Anna, I take these talents that God has blessed me with, and it's not just me, it is a team of programmers and other dedicated people like Anna giving us feedback and giving us input on how we can mold and some of the things that we're going to add to the platform over time. Certainly it's not a finished software. This is something that we're still in the very early stages of, but the good thing is that it works. We have an awesome support system. So if you do happen to find something that's misspelled, you can send in a support ticket and we fix it. And 9 times out of 10, we fix it within a couple of hours or within minutes in some cases. And then if it's something more technical, then it may take a little bit for us to research it and resolve it. But we have taken this time over the last few months to beta test the software, and we're continuing to, and we're officially launching this in the early part of the year. But those that are part of this right now are able to take advantage of the software, use it, and benefit from the profits on a weekly basis that we're generating. And it's exciting, very exciting. So thank you, Anna. I'll go ahead and open it up for more questions or comments.
Thank you, Renee, and thank you, Anna, very much for your good, informative comments. Renee,
Yes,
Leah is not on here. Leah Holst is in funds with us. And she is also a member of this board. She lives in Hawaii.
Okay.
And I don't know why she's not on here, but she had a question she wanted to ask you about this.
Okay.
Specifically as it relates to being on our website. And that question is a word like fiat. We're talking here to people that they've never even heard that word. And as far as cryptocurrency, that's completely foreign to them and everything. And a lot of the people that are going to be attracted to our website are going to be in that same situation. And we find it very complicated. Even Leah and I do. I've been in cryptocurrency for years, and I'm starting to make very good money with it. But I have a new client with cryptocurrency with another program that I'm just signing up over these past few days, and she's putting in a large amount of money into the program. But she's elderly, and everything is so foreign to her that she finally said, "Can I just send you a check and you do it for me?" And Anne's helping me with that because she's in America. So the situation is we have a lot of people that are, they might want to donate, but when they see, oh, I have to do cryptocurrency, it goes right out the window. Is there any way to add an option to the funds program that people could donate with a credit card and they could get worked into cryptocurrency later? Would there be any way to do something like that?
Okay, so initially, as we developed the platform, we understood that credit card was an option, but here's the problem. When you start accepting credit cards, you start getting into different international laws. The banking industry is involved, and the banking industry is, in some ways, they're butting heads with the cryptocurrency space. But if you notice, Visa and MasterCard are also opening up ways for people to use their MasterCards to purchase cryptocurrency through their own Visa and MasterCard platforms. The risk here is that it's a liability issue. That's what it boils down to. You don't want to be, and it's already happened, and I've seen it, and I witnessed it with the company that I do business with just recently. They ran, fraudsters ran countless credit cards through that platform's merchant account, and it blew up their account. And fortunately, they have a relationship with their banks that they were able to resolve it and continue processing. But there's countries that are blacklisted. So literally that's why GoFundMe is not in 200 countries. It's in 8 countries. And so we have to, it's not that we wouldn't accept credit cards at some point. That's a possibility. But what it boils down to is you're not able to help as many people. And that's the first thing, is that you're not able to help as many people. Yes, we understand. If you notice, I don't have a whole lot of hair. And if you ask Anna, it's because I've been pulling it out, learning about cryptocurrency over the last 3 or 4 years. Okay?
I have even less.
Yeah, it's no different than anything else. You got to learn the process. And certainly some of us have helped some of our friends because maybe they're not willing, or let's face it, they maybe don't have the time. They're working full-time jobs. They're overextended with their time. They have children, they have kids, and they're not able to. Not everyone is driven to learn these things. Now, it is 100% easier today than it was even a couple of years ago to even participate in the cryptocurrency space. And like I said, there's more and more ways that people can purchase cryptocurrency. We're actually going to have a back office. So here's what's going to help solve the problem, Pastor John, is that we're going to have sources in the back office where people can use their credit card and easily purchase crypto and then make that donation. Yes, it's an extra step. Yeah, yes, it is an extra step, but that is to keep this all clean and tidy and as automated as possible. And that's how we're able to keep this and pay out the weekly staking, the way, on average 3%, which is a very healthy staking, rewards program. And the way that we're able to do that is because we've automated most of those processes.
Are they going to be able to do that without all the KYC and that kind of stuff that ties people up?
And here, I'm glad you brought that up, and that's something I need to make sure we put in the thing. So the laws that regarding KYC is fiat money, is regarding the convergence of fiat money. So we are not a cryptocurrency exchange.
Okay.
We don't claim to be. We're a staking program. We are a website, a platform that people can use to donate to their different causes. And so we have a very different, unique set of laws and regulations that we have to abide by. We have to more so abide by the laws that are regarding websites and privacy and making sure that things are secure and et cetera, et cetera. KYC is more for the financial services industry. If you were, I don't know, there's many things. Mainly, if you were a cryptocurrency exchange whereby you're buying and selling, the person is actually converting their fiat money into different exchange cryptocurrencies and profiting from the buying and selling of that. Whereas we are doing that on your behalf in the cryptocurrency space. Okay. So we don't accept fiat money, right? We only accept cryptocurrency. Okay. And so that's how we're able to get around the KY. It's not that we're getting around it, because if we had to do it, we would do it. But here's exactly, it's not required of us, number one. Number two, I don't want to be responsible for, and that's why we built this specific, again, we kept coming up against these different hurdles, and we said, okay, well, if we did it this way, then we'll be able to proceed as we intended, which is ultimately to help people. It's amazing when you try to do bring technology and all of these different sources together, all of these different hurdles that you have to overcome, and that was one of them. How do we, because the KYCs was a big deal for a lot of people. That right there is a big turn. You talk about just cryptocurrency, but KYC is a whole different story. And myself and Anna can speak on that personally, because we have literally had to help thousands of people learn about crypto. And the KYCs was an instant non-starter. As soon as we start asking people for their identifications and where they live and all of this, no need here. So I hope that
it throws out the whole point of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is supposed to be anonymous and decentralized.
Correct. Yes. Yes. And we respect that.
Right.
As the developers of the platform, we respect that privacy, and that's all that's all that we ask, and that's what we, if it, now again, if the United States comes knocking and they say, hey, you guys are under these laws and you're gonna have to make some changes, then we'll address that at that point. But as we see it right now, this is how we can legally and honestly move forward without those hurdles. We just don't need to, we don't have, it doesn't apply to our type of business.
Okay, thank you. And then one other question I have is, I have found it difficult for people that start with $10 to be able to purchase on any of the exchanges less than 50. Will the one that you're doing, will they be able to purchase a small amount like $10?
I don't know. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. The answer is, as I know it right now, it's about $20 or $30 is the minimum on some of those exchanges. We put the $10 out there, and listen, that is we really, at the end of the day, when we look at what our labor costs and programmers and paying just to sustain the business at a $10 rate, that's why you don't see very many subscriptions at $10 unless it's a big multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company that already has an existing base of customers, okay? Because it's very difficult to have a sustaining business based on a small subscription like that. But we understood that in some countries, $10 is still a lot of money. And that's what we're really trying to do, because those are the people that need it the most.
Yes.
It is this yin and yang. It's this this thing that we are trying to figure out. Smart people like ourselves here in this meeting, we will continue to find, and maybe we will become that resource that people will be able to go to purchase their crypto for less than $10 or for $10.
Okay.
So we're constantly keeping our eyes and ears open, looking for those sources, and it's just a matter of time before someone does that. And the reason for it is just because it's just a profit ratio scenario. And so I will tell you this: if it comes to the point where we're years down the road and we're generating hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, we'll create the source.
Okay,
because
good.
there's a huge opportunity there for smart business people to benefit from that. And what do we do with the proceeds? We reward ourselves, and then we give back to the community.
Amen.
That is at the core of everything that we're doing. Every move that we make, it's ultimately at the end user, the person that needs it the most is who we're trying to help out. So to answer your question, I don't know if there's a source out there right now. You're correct that many of those platforms, there's a threshold of at least $30, $40, $50. But as we have more and more say, we could go to one of those sources and say, look, we have this whole community over here that would be willing to purchase from you if you could just lower that. Can you get it down to a more affordable price point?
Right.
You see, where there's the people, there's the leverage, and that's what it boils down to. And if someone else won't do it, then we, at some point, maybe we will do it.
Right, that makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mildred, let me ask you to unmute. Mildred, are you there?
Yes.
Hello, Mildred. Would you like to make any
Hello.
comments or questions to Renee? What did you think about the presentation?
Sorry? Sorry?
How did you feel about the presentation? What you saw? Do you have any questions for Renee?
No, I have no question. I just want to say thank you for that presentation.
Thank you.
You're very
Mildred.
welcome, Mildred. You're welcome.
Yes.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you. for being
Pleasure
here and
too.
taking the time. Thank you for taking the
Yes.
time. Thank you all for taking the time, because it doesn't matter how much money we have, there's one thing we can't buy, and that's time. And so I don't like people to waste my time, and I don't like to waste anyone else's time.
Right.
And that's very important to me. Very important. So thank you all
Mildred
for
helps
being
take
here.
care of the orphans in Eldoret, the homeless ones. She lives in Eldoret.
Wow.
And
God bless you.
Sorry?
Thank you, Mildred.
Yes.
Stella. Stella runs the orphanage in Nairobi. Stella, would you unmute, please? Stella, can you hear us?
Hello, Stella.
Stella, can you hear?
I think her,
Okay. I was explaining before you got on what you do in Nairobi and how many orphans you take care of and some of the problems you have there. So I know you didn't hear the whole presentation, but do you have any questions or any comments for Renee about what you did here?
I don't have any question for now.
Okay. Do you want to tell Renee a little about what you do?
Anna?
Hello, do you want to tell Renee a little about what you do?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think she may be having some challenges with her internet connection. It sounded like there,
Yes,
Pastor
she
John.
probably is. Okay. Let me go to Barnabas. Barnabas is Esther's oldest brother, and Barnabas also helps with the orphans in Eldoret.
Okay.
How are you, Barnabas?
I'm good, Pastor John.
Well, welcome. And do you have any comments or questions?
There
for
have been
Renee?
challenges with internet.
Okay, I understand. Do you have any comments or questions for Renee?
Okay, what I would say is that if there's a link to that website later on, maybe Pastor John, you can share with us.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody who wants a link and wants to know more information on here, I'll be happy to share with you.
I was also a little bit excited because I saw some water projects there.
Oh, very good. Oh,
In the
yes, Barnabas does water here in Kenya. He does
screen.
Wow.
core drilling, correct, Barnabas?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, and
Wow.
fresh water is a big problem here in Kenya. For right here where we are in Nanyuki, Esther and I have to either boil water or buy bottled water. So we have water, but it's not clean enough to drink. So it's
Okay.
what you're saying, it's real live for us right here. And
Right.
there's a lot of places that don't have any water very close to us. Because of where we are in the mountains, if you're on the wrong side of the mountain, you have almost no water all year. And then you need somebody like Barnabas to drill for you, or you need it delivered.
Yes, yes. And the children, it's just at the end of the day, when you source these things down and you realize that there are millions of children that are drinking water out of literally cesspools in some cases, it breaks my heart. So God bless you, Barnabas, for the efforts that you're doing there. And so this is a perfect example of intelligent people bringing their talents together for these common causes. Okay.
Yes.
And it is, you have a talent, Pastor John, I have talents, Anna Riconcente does. And so, I mean, Anna's bilingual and she's very bright. And, you know, right there we have someone that can, from a translating purpose, from doing presentations in other languages. I mean, we all bring these different skill sets here, and it's amazing what you can accomplish. It's just a matter of just having a little bit of vision and those goals to say, okay, let's come together. You do this, you do that. I was just going to say, and then I'll pass it back over to you, Pastor John. If there is something on the website you mentioned earlier, and I'm glad that you mentioned it because this brings me to this point, is that us as the community, we can help mold this website. So if there's something that's worded a certain way, Pastor John, if it's something that you would be able to maybe reword and send it into us, we can get it on the website. See, it's our platform. So not necessarily that we're going to make changes to the way we do business just based on a whim, but certainly if it's something that's that simple and it makes sense and we can clarify some things and make it even easier. Our goal is to make the platform more user-friendly, which in turn makes it easier for people to access it, which in turn helps us to generate the most revenue, the most funds for our community. So that's the ultimate goal. So
thank you very much.
Everyone,
Pastor
yes.
Moses, would you unmute, please? Pastor Moses, can you hear? Hello, Pastor Moses, welcome.
Thank you.
Pastor Moses is the pastor of our cover church in Nairobi, Cornerstone Pentecostal Ministry, the church where Esther and I were married. And
Oh, wow.
and Pastor
Hello,
Moses
hello,
was the
Pastor
man
Moses.
at the wedding, and his
Well,
wife was the matron of honor for my wife. So
Wow, that's
Pastor
awesome.
Moses, would you like to make any comments, what you thought about the presentation, and do you have any questions, anything to say to Renee?
for now, I don't have any question. I'll just ask the link the way Brother was asked the link so that I can go through when I have time.
Yes, absolutely. I'll get you that link.
Okay.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you. Thank you, our brother, to bring something good to us. I know it's going to help us a lot.
Yes.
you.
Amen.
And God bless you for having such a heart to assist others.
Amen. And
Amen. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Pastor Moses. And certainly, we're available to help answer those questions. If we can schedule a time to help walk through. We have different videos in the back office, walkthrough videos that explain the platform. And again, we're redoing some of those to make it even simpler for people to watch those videos, because we learned that people are more visual, and we can walk them through the different links and navigating the back office. And so that's very important for us, is to make it user friendly for our members. We understand right now we're just rolling this out. It has room for improvement, and we will always be looking for that feedback from the community to make it easier for them to use the every aspect of the platform. So thank you for that, Pastor Moses.
amen. Yes, thank you.
Amen. 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 Thank you, our brother.
Okay. Anna has her hand raised. So Anna, if you have something to say, and then Fenice, we'd like to give you an invitation to say anything you'd like to Renee. So go ahead, Anna.
Just a simple thing that came to my mind in the same line that what Renee said. I was thinking that you mentioned the question that some people are not very familiar with the terminology, and that we have that university in the back in the website where the cryptocurrencies are explained. Maybe Renee can make a video that is more more an explanation of what is fiat money, what the different type of financial systems, and that could help. And anybody that has questions that can be submitted and probably added to the questions and answers that are in the website.
Yes, Anna, and that's exactly right. Multiple things there with regards to the videos. Certainly, anyone can also submit a video if they feel that this video would be valuable to the community. So let's say Pastor John just happens to come across a video, and he says, "Wow, this would be great for our wealth, the academy, the Wealth Academy." So then we can grab that video, and if it's a YouTube video, we can make that video public, and we can give credit to the original developer of the video. So we're not stealing their proprietary. And if they asked us to take it down, we could take it down and find another video. And we will record our own in-house videos as well. So that's the way that we will proceed and answer questions with videos first, and then eventually videos in different languages, right? Because obviously dealing in 90, we just our website with the 90 different languages, we're trying to attract a huge community there. So this is something that will happen over time. And if they have questions, they can send it into the support system. And our goal is to create a forum whereby we can have questions and answers and frequently asked questions section. We actually already built to that module. Now it's just a matter of going in there and adding those questions and answers to that module and make it available in the support section. So that is something that's already been worked on and will continue to be developed as we go forward.
Thank you, Renee.
Very important for us is the support and the training.
Yes. Amen. Well, thank you very much. It looks like
You're welcome.
Denise is having problems with her signal. She's bouncing in and out. So the last
Okay.
person is my wife, Esther. Esther, do you have anything to say or ask of Renee?
Oh, maybe I would like to ask if they have these programs in Africa
Yes.
that have started in Africa, and he said
Yes.
maybe for now the minimum that you can start with is $30, right?
No, minimum is 10, but it's sometimes you need
That's
30 to
for
get
now.
10. To
For
be
now.
able to get the 10, you might need to spend
Right.
30 or 50.
Oh, okay.
Correct,
And I will-
Renee?
That's a great, and Esther, let me go into that just briefly. So we obviously, since the $10 requirement, what some of the leaders are doing is in the meantime, while we search for a crypto exchange or a source that can purchase the minimum $10 and then buy, use it to upgrade their membership at funds, the leaders themselves are helping their people. So they'll go and buy $100 worth of crypto and help 10 people get started. And then the people give them the cash. And then what's great, here is will blow your mind. And this is what is amazing. And this is very important. I'm glad you asked that question, Esther, because this is almost brings this full circle. The $10 program, if you notice, if someone decides they want to also stake, so let's say stake a portion, of our profits weekly. So the $10 membership will give you access to the staking. The minimum staking is $100. Now watch this, US dollars. And I'm going to use this as simple numbers. Okay. The $10, the $100 per month gives you an average of 3% return, which is 12% per month.
Yep.
So you're actually earning more than the cost of the membership per month.
Yes.
And here's what we've done. We've already programmed the software to take the monthly $10 from your gains, from the profits. So you're not having to come out with your Visa or your e-wallet. The system is regenerating itself. And so it keeps the memberships active automatically.
Yeah.
But the system already is programmed to do that. It looks at the wallet. It says, oh, they've got commissions. It'll take the $10 right out of that. Or it says, oh, they've earned enough in staking. Then it'll take the $10 right out of that, so that it perpetuates that residual income, which is what we've all been.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. That's awesome.
Yes.
Very good.
And even if it took an extra week for that transaction to go, if there's someone that's just, so we say on average 3%, because we can't predict what the market's what the profits are that we're going to be on a weekly basis, right? So it could be 2.9% one week, and it could be 3.65, which is, a very healthy week of the profits, the staking. So if you just took that 3% and average that out over the month, that's 12%. And then you just do simple math, you can see that, oh, wow, if I come out of pocket $100 and just leave it in there, it's going to continue to make money for me. And the compounding, there's a button when you stake, okay, when you put the funds in, there's a button there that's already checked if you want to compound your money. So the compounding is happening automatically without you having to manually go in there. Many of these other so-called platforms, you have to manually go in there. So if you miss that week, well, too bad, so sad, you didn't get the compounding for that week. Does that make sense? And so what we've done is we've automated that process too, as much as we can anyways, so that I'm glad you asked that, Esther, and I hope that all makes sense to you all.
Yes.
Very much. Yes. Thank you. Pastor Moses, do you have something to say? Or is that just background noise?
No, for now.
Okay, all
For
right.
now, I don't have anything to say.
Okay, thank you. I just saw you pop up. I thought you were saying something. All right, if nobody else has any, oh, here comes Fanice. She's just back on. Let's give her one more chance here to talk, and then we'll stop this
Okay.
recording. Okay, that's a good question. What she's asking is, do you have to pay something every month, a flat rate every month? And you go ahead, you answer. I won't.
The subscription is $10. The minimum subscription to be able to partake in the staking is a minimum of $10 subscription per month.
Which in
And the
Kenyan
reason
money
we
is
did
about 1,000 shillings.
Okay, so whatever that converts to in different countries, but that's the US dollar value of the membership is $10. We have additional bonuses and incentives for people to be at the $30 subscription, which is our gold program. And that's for people that more so want to, we have a marketplace in our back office, and with the $30, you get to place more ads in the marketplace. You get 3 ads per month in the marketplace. And so maybe you have 3 causes, maybe one for feeding hungry children, another cause is for clean water, another cause is for education. You can place your own ads in our community marketplace. And the goal is to put that marketplace out to the whole world. And so again, people contacting you about your cause and wanting to donate. So that's what the $10 is also for, the advertising portion of it. So the $30, so the minimum is $10. If you want to, take advantage of the other additional benefits, then you can upgrade to the $30 subscription, but that's it.
Okay.
The other point is that with the monthly subscription, it helps with the residual income so that charities, nonprofit organizations can predict that income going forward, because it's tough when one month you might have 5,000 that comes in, but then the next month you only have 50. So the goal is to try to keep some level of consistency there so that eventually you might have 100 people donating the $10 and you're getting a percentage of that, and eventually growing that out to 500, then 1,000. And then over time, you might have thousands of people that are donating through your cause through the FUNDSZ platform with that monthly subscription, that donation. And as you know, there's many, the Red Cross has an option to donate monthly to their cause. Everything from pets or animals that are in distress, you can donate to their cause every month. So almost every nonprofit has some type of subscription or membership that you can donate to. And this is just another option for people to get those funds to you folks. So I hope that wasn't too long there. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Renee.
You're welcome,
Try to
Pastor John.
unmute Fanice here. Fanice, please unmute yourself. And would you like to talk to Renee? Ask him any questions, make any comments? Hello, Fanice.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. Karibu.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say to Renee or anything?
I have no comment on that. I just agree. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, Fanice.
Yeah. I'm saying I have no comment on that.
Okay.
I'm satisfied of what he has said. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Fanice.
Thank you, Fanice.
Then what I'm going to do, right before I stop the recording, Anna's raised her hand again. Let's hear from Anna.
Yes, Anna.
One question. Here come again.
Okay.
You're saying that for the staking, that it is a minimum of $100.
Yes.
If you have $100 and you don't cash it out, that same $100 can be the minimum for the following month, or do you need to put $100 every month?
No, just the $100. Just that's the staking portion of it, and that's the $100. We really thought of long and hard about that, but that is really the minimum to be able to participate in the staking, because then you start splitting that up. And if it's a lesser dollar amount, you just have too many people that you're trying to satisfy, and it dilutes it. I mean, that's what it boils down to. So the minimum is just $100 you need to have in there, but then the $10 is coming out monthly from whether it's your commissions from the affiliate marketing side and or the profits from the staking. So as you, and remember, it's compounding. So it should, unless someone is taking the funds out of their staking, well, then that's a different story. But, you know, at some point you will have enough in there that you're able to have your monthly $10 subscription just automatically coming right out of the profits from the staking. That's the goal. So you only have to do it one time if that's all you want to.
That's the point I wanted to clarify. For people who have a hard time buying crypto, $10 every month, we know that it's impossible to buy only $10, is that if they can put $100 together and put it in the staking, then they don't have to put $10 every month. They just continue getting their membership paid, and it is a one-time effort to get $100, or let's say $125 to be a little bit one time, and that should provide for their subscription. That was my thought.
That is awesome. I love that. Yes, I love that.
Yes, and remember, we're not just pulling this out of fantasy land. There is the sources from the crypto mining, and there's money and obviously labor cost in creating that revenue stream, certainly, right? But it is sustainable, and that's the hardest part about creating a platform like this and being able to do what we're doing, is you've got to have those sustainable sources of revenue. So it comes in from the trading, from the bots trading, from mining, and those are things that we are continuing to look at, other sources that are residual type of incomes, and the subscription itself, the $10 helps to replenish that as well. So you have these multiple streams of revenue, sustainable revenue coming in to keep it and perpetuating it basically until the end of time, until the end of the internet is what I say. And if the internet's not working, we have bigger problems to worry about. But
is there a minimum time commitment for the staking?
90 days.
90 days.
That's
okay.
it.
All right.
And that's,
well, thank you
again,
very much,
those
Renee. If
numbers.
nobody else has
Yes,
any questions, we're going to thank Renee very much for his presentation and for all the great information and the benefits to this ministry. We really appreciate it. God bless you, Renee.
God bless you, and thank you for inviting me this afternoon, Pastor John. And we
welcome.
look forward to working with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm going to stop this recording.